Hi, and welcome to another Uncommon Conversations webinar. I am Lindsay Johnson, and I manage the content program on behalf of the experts at Worldwide Clinical Trials. Worldwide is a global full-service contract research organization. Today, I will serve as the moderator as we discuss pilot studies with two knowledgeable experts. Now let's meet them. Please say hello to Crystal Sergent here from Worldwide Clinical Trials. Crystal, do you mind introducing yourself and telling me about your role at Worldwide?
Sure. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. My name is Crystal Sergent, and I am head of the Bioanalytical Study Management team here at Worldwide. I have been with Worldwide for almost 8 years. In that time, I have overseen validation of analytical methods as well as sample analysis and have been leading the study management team for the past year. Members of my team oversee studies from the time the samples ship to final reporting, as well as any validation work that is needed for our customers.
We also have Dawn Munoz from Worldwide Clinical Trials. Do you mind stating a little bit about yourself and what you do at Worldwide?
Hi, Lindsay. My name is Dawn Munoz here at Worldwide Clinical Trials. I am a project manager with the early phase group. I am responsible for the overall coordination and management of clinical trials from startup through the final project deliverable, and I provide cross-functional oversight of CRO staff. I've been working with Worldwide for about 10.5 years now.
Awesome, thanks. Now for our first question. We surveyed executives from top 100 innovator biopharmaceutical companies responsible for early clinical development in North America and Europe. We found that trust in vendors' stated capabilities is the most difficult aspect of vendor selection for phase 1 and clinical pharmacology studies. Worldwide team, is it difficult to build that trust with sponsors? How do you build this relationship, and how does it impact the outcome of the study?
It can be difficult, especially if they have had a negative relationship with other CROs in the past. Reassuring them that we are there for them and will provide accurate and timely data is a start. Keeping them updated as to the status of their study and being upfront when issues do arise. Giving them the assurance that when this data is submitted to the agencies, that it is accurate and follows the regulations.
I like to start out each relationship with a meeting to go over company or customer preferences. This way we can get a feel on how our counterparts work, their preference for contact, whether it be email or phone, the time of day the contact has preferences. I also prefer the relationship as a partnership. I like to let each of them know that I'm here to help and to facilitate whatever their needs may be at any time. Just the simple step of taking the time to learn their needs and what drives their requests really helps build the startup of trust. I fully understand any sponsor's hesitancy to put a trust in a CRO that's new to them, and I want them to know that we are dedicated to building their development of trust. We take on their project as our project, and we will be upfront and proactive about any issues that may arise along the way.
We also found that the top 100 innovator biopharmaceutical companies must-haves for a CRO partner were the price and value, quality control, experience, speed of execution, and technical capability and expertise. So, Team Worldwide, my question to you is, what do you think sponsors should look for when they begin their search for a vendor to perform pilot studies? Is it the same as this must-have list?
This is a partnership that will lead to future work with this customer. So they would be looking for a CRO that will be able to meet their needs consistently, on time, and provide quality data. The Bioanalytical Lab has been audited by the FDA 6 times since 2011, and no findings were issued.
I believe that the search should begin with a CRO that is able to provide the flexibility for sponsors' individual needs and the expertise to provide guidance when needed. Meeting with the sponsor prior to study planning and maintaining an open communication can really set off a project to a successful start. With these types of projects, picking a CRO with a wide range of capabilities will allow for some flexibility with future work and consistent result timelines and learned expectations.
Awesome, thanks, Dawn. And how has our industry currently been trending with pilot studies? Have there been any recent changes to how they ran? And how have they changed in the past 10 years?
From a bioanalytical standpoint, there have been changes in the guidance on how samples are chosen for repeat analysis and the number of incurred samples chosen for reanalysis. Samples may only be reassayed for an assignable cause.
From a clinical standpoint, over the past 10 years, study timing has gotten more complicated with the need for 6-month stability on products. To work backwards into the perfect timing for a pilot is now more critical than ever. With our commitment to giving the customer a quick glimpse into pharmacokinetic outcomes even before the data goes through QC can really save weeks, and thus adding options for reformulation or moving into your pivotal study more quickly if results are favorable.
And how can a sponsor and CRO work together to make sure that the study runs smoothly?
Communication is key for the bioanalytical analysis to run smoothly. Knowing well in advance if an assay needs to be developed and validated prior to first dosing is important. In addition, we work together to make sure the assay range is going to be appropriate for the doses chosen. Discussion of timelines is needed as well so that data can be provided to the pharmacokinetics department for analysis.
The sponsor and CRO should work closely in the protocol development phase and timeline creation. The CRO can provide insight in all aspects of the protocol, from scientific expertise to logistical planning of the study procedures. Both teams, being the customer and the CRO, need to ensure they have an open communication and that's maintained, as well as participant safety and study data quality.
I totally agree. Now, Worldwide has had a recent standout when it comes to pilot studies. Let's discuss that a little bit more. What was your experience with it?
The assay used for this study is a single extraction with a dual injection, so we needed to make sure we had adequate systems available to run the study. Prior to sample arrival, the assay was set up and analysts qualified to analyze the samples. Each run was only able to contain a single subject, which meant we would have 16 runs to extract and 32 to inject. Each injection is about a 16-hour runtime. Due to some unforeseen run failures, sample reanalysis, and instrument issues, we were delayed by 2 days in providing QA data. Good communication was vital both internally and externally in order to not delay the timeline any further. The lab came together and put a plan together as soon as we could to meet the new timeline and not cause any further delay in getting the data to QA and to PK. In total, it took 20 business days to provide QA data to the PK department for their analysis.
The study began for me with a very specific participant parameter outlines within the inclusion-exclusion criteria for the normal healthy volunteers, male volunteers at that. The recruitment team had to put in additional efforts to ensure that the study had enough participants, that includes backups, and that they continue to meet all the protocol required criteria at screening and then again in admit. The study was one of the first to be fully run in the clinic's eSource system, and I think the sponsor really could attest to the system's flexibility, its capabilities, quick startup times, and ability for real-time viewing of study data. The Worldwide team also worked closely with the sponsor to create and review a slide presentation that was needed to present results after the study completed and prior to our final deliverable. And that's something a little bit different for us. This was a really good example of an unexpected deliverable that our CRO was happy to be flexible with and very proud, honestly, to present and discuss as required.
That's really exciting. And what exactly did you both learn from this study? What can you take away from it?
I think some key takeaways from this pilot study are that early organization and planning saves crucial time during the conduct of the study, and that quick and open communication, both internally at Worldwide and externally with the sponsor, are what makes the study successful.
I hope that we prove to this sponsor that Worldwide is a partner that not only provides the planning and expertise needed, but we also want to see that customer studies succeed just as much as they do.
Great, thanks, Dawn. And if people want to find out more about the services Worldwide can provide, what can they do?
They can get in touch with our experts to discuss how Worldwide can help with their pilot study.
Excellent. Thank you both for being here with me today. I'm so happy I could join in this uncommon conversation about pilot studies. For those watching at home, what do you want us to discuss next? Email me at lindsay.johnson@worldwide.com with topic suggestions.